Hello, everyone, and welcome to our regular investor webcast. For those who are with us for the first time, my name is Natalia Ishchenko, and I'm CEO of Una Financial. Today, we will share with you the latest business updates and also comment in more detail on the audited financial statements for 2023. As always, we will reserve some time for Q&A session at the end of the meeting. Please don't hesitate to send your questions in the chat window during the broadcast. I also ask you to mute your microphones and turn off your cameras to ensure a seamless experience for all participants. And thank you for joining us today. Let's dive right in. As usual, we'll start with the key figures on our group. In 2023, the number of new users the figures of Robocash, not the group. In 2023, the number of new users joining the platform decreased. This is mostly attributed to the decline in loan supply. Our main focus was to provide a stable investment environment for existing investors, whether it was possible. There were no defaulted loans and no late payments on the platform. Despite the decline in registrations, the platform's portfolio and loan volumes continue to expand, demonstrating the resilience of the underlying business model. The year 2023 marked a few milestones for the platform. The total amount of loans financed reached 700 million euros. Although the growth of the investor base slowed down, the total number crossed 35,000 users, and we are closing in on 38,000. Investors have already earned more than 20 million euros during the entire period of the platform's operation. In 2024, Robocash will continue operating with moderate loan volumes and will focus on developing the service. We are preparing to launch a new investment strategy that will make it easier for you to manage your investments. Next on the list is the overall design of the website. We realize that some elements need to be refreshed, and there is a lot of work to be done. We are also planning to refine the functionality of some features of the personal account, thereby improving their usability. You may notice some adjustments on the withdrawal tab if you see it. We've heard your suggestions on the portfolio statistics tab and are already in the process of updating it. As for Una Financial performance, 2023 turned out to be busy and challenging. Interest income and commission income for the full year amounted to $192 million, representing 16.1% growth compared to the previous year. At the same time, we recorded a decrease in net profit compared to 2022. There were two main factors that impacted our profitability in the short term. Last year, we decided to sell our company in Vietnam due to political and regulatory risks. Net profit without reserve for Vietnam amounted to $6.9 million. At the same time, we invested in launching and developing new services. These strategic steps have proven to be effective. They reflected in our profit for the first 4 months of this year for $3.7 million. Total assets reached $125.4 million, up by 10.4% year-over-year. This growth reflects our continued focus on strategic investments and helps expand and strengthen our asset base. Total equity amounted to $10.2 million, a slight short-term decline of 7.3% year-over-year due to the reasons mentioned above. We would also like to note key achievements that have already laid the foundations for further development. We maintained an average repeat client base of 75% and enhanced client satisfaction with our services. It resulted in high NPS. For example, our company in Kazakhstan achieved a 70% NPS score, which is a remarkable result for every company. In July, our app UnaCash was upgraded to point-of-sale loans. The move has increased the availability of financing options for UnaCash customers through in-store exposure. We were engaged in preparing for the launch of installment loan service in Philippines and Kazakhstan. In September, the group underwent rebranding. The new brand signifies the next stage of Una financial development, with a diversification of product portfolio to meet the changing needs of our customers. And last but not the least, of course, Una Financial was ranked among the 500 fastest growing companies in Asia Pacific in 2023 by the Financial Times and Statista, and among the fastest growing companies in Singapore in 2023 by the Straits Times and Statista. 2024 is in full swing, and we are ready to highlight both upcoming plans and share another important updates. One of the holding's accomplishments in 2023 was the rebranding process. These may seem like formal changes at first glance, but they actually lay the groundwork for a new phase of our business. Over the course of 2 years, our team and I have been steadily moving towards the development of Una Financial, facing all sorts of challenges and empowering businesses alike to achieve their financial aspirations. Today, I'm proud to say that we've laid the cornerstone for this transformation journey. With the support of our exceptional team and clients, we've made significant strides in building a solid foundation for the company's future growth. And I want to thank you for that as well. After 2 extraordinary years at the helm of this ambitious project, I've decided to step down from my role as the Chief Executive Officer and leave the company. From June 1st, the position will be taken over by Group's founder, Sergei Sedov, who successfully led the business for 7 years prior to my appointment. And on that note, I'll be happy to turn the floor over to Sergei to cover the business plan.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here today. Thank you, Natalia. Indeed, it has been really 2 remarkable, extraordinary years. Natalia has played an important role in the group's development. She made a few very important transformations of the business when it was really needed, optimized operations, and set a solid ground for further growth. As a CEO, Natalia achieved the strategic goals set for the business, and now we are ready to continue stable growth. As a result of these endeavors, we have started a number of projects. In March 2024, Group launched an installment loan service at UnaCash to cater more individuals with strong credit profiles. In May, our group partnered with a microcredit bank in Uzbekistan to open the microfinance organization in the country to service more than 440 million inhabitants in this country. And this year, we will continue to keep focus on strengthening our financial performance and scaling profitable projects of the group. In this slide, you can see the current performance for the first 4 months. The interest income reached $66.5 million. The net profit, as Natalia already mentioned, is 3.7 in just 4 months of this year, as we have implemented and the business is growing thanks to the team. And total assets reached $138.4 million, and the equity increased up to $14.4 million. We remain committed to further improving the performance achieved, and we will be sure to share with you all updates regarding our projects throughout the year. Now let's proceed with Q&A session.
Thank you, Sergey. So the first question, which are the main causes of the very large reduction of net profits compared to the previous year? Thank you for this question. There were two main factors that impacted our short-term profitability. The first is the suspension of operations in Vietnam, which I already mentioned. And secondly, we invested in new services. In 2023, we launched point-of-sale loans in Unocash application and prepared to launch installment loans in Kazakhstan. We also worked on developing a number of services such as point-of-sale loans and installment loans in the Philippines and a global digital platform, which is designed to accelerate the launch of the new products. We are also preparing to establish a microfinance company in Uzbekistan, as Sergey mentioned, in partnership with a microcredit bank, Toptem Bank in Uzbekistan. While these investments may have initially impacted our bottom line, we believe that these new projects will yield positive results in the future. What are the risks for investors with the fall in the net profit? We assume that decrease in profit was short-term, and this year the holding already got over $3 million of net income. We will keep our focus on strengthening financial performance and scaling profitable projects, so the decrease in net profits in 2023 is not going to impact investors negatively. The group has positive net assets, and the volume of its short-term liabilities is lower than current assets. The current ratio is over 1, which indicates that the group can cover its short-term debt for investors, and the audited financial statement prove it. Why did you send us misleading communication on your 2023 figures, highlighting in your text only the 2 statistics in your favor and not the 2 others which are against you? I assume the question is about the Telegram message. We distribute our news across several channels, and the versions can differ to fit a particular format. The text on our website is always the ultimate source and the fullest version of the news you can get. And the emails usually contain the most important pieces as well. So we strongly recommend to subscribe to them or check in the news on the website. Normally, we shorten the news for social networks to adjust to the format, but it is never our intention to hide information from investors just to look better. We have seen the opinions of investors. We will take them into account and provide more information on our official Telegram channel from now on. What is the breakdown in your loan book between current loans, late loans, and loans in default, and by credit companies? Commercial loans by RC Riga Singapore account for the biggest parts of the portfolio, a little over 80%. Digida from the Philippines comes second with 18% of all loans. Prestomer Spain has 1%, and Sri Lanka accounts to the remaining 0.2% of the platform portfolio. As there are so many commercial loans which cannot go overdue, the share of late loans is at around 2% of the total portfolio, and there has never been a default loan on the RoboCash platform. What is the breakdown of investors between platinum, gold, and no borders in euro and percentage? The breakdown by portfolio amount is almost even across the categories. Gold level investors hold 30% of the investment portfolio, and platinum investors account for 29%. The remaining 41% are investors with a standard level. Together, the gold and platinum participants of the loyalty program hold over 50 million euros worth of loans. Is it possible that you could be more active and communicative on the Telegram channel dedicated to RoboCash investors? We have an official Telegram channel where we share all important platform updates and news. The investor channel is more for community interaction, but we regularly monitor all discussions and provide comments when an official response is needed. You can tag Anastasia and Anna there to make sure they see your questions and give an answer. We also track all suggestions for platform improvements and give updates in the chat as they're implemented. Either way, we are open to communication with you and want this interaction to be effective for both sides, so we will keep you on track. In August 2022, you announced a number of product development promises, a mobile app, a new web interface, a French translation. Are there any updates on this? We have a detailed roadmap for our platform where we capture all planned features, systematically prioritize and implement them. Priorities may change due to a number of factors, but we strive to deliver what we have outlined whenever possible. For now, the French translation has been postponed, but we are not giving up on the idea. As for the mobile app, we have done various surveys in this area, and so far, we see that there is no strong demand for it, so this was not our plan for the coming years. We are working on improving the overall website design and email communications. This is investment strategy and personal statistics improvement. In addition to product advances, we are constantly working to enhance security and automate internal processes. Can you give us an idea of how the platform is developing? Are there any new features or functionalities planned? The platform team is working on improving the customer experience. Some of these improvements are visible, such as the new statistics tab of the portfolio income option. Some are more subtle. For example, we've updated the deposits and withdrawals interface, emails design, and our customer care flow. Our plan for this year is to launch a new investment strategy, refresh the website design, and continue improving the overall customer experience. I will hand over the rest of the questions to Sergey.
Thank you so much, Natalia. If I have understood correctly, Robocash is a solution that allows you to raise private funds to finance your credit companies without having to go through the banks. Is that correct? Do you have a more strategic vision for this platform? Of course, Robocash is and was a strategic source of funding for the holding that allows holding a group to raise funds to develop their business. There are not only the credit companies, but also other projects and services such as Global Development Platform, which is actually the foundation for the business scaling further. The platform is developing, but changes take time. And oftentimes they are not openly visible, as we mentioned before. We're working on the design though, and we plan to roll out the first part of it this year. Can you give us some visibility on future loan volumes, changes in rates and maturities, the development of new credit companies, new countries, etc.? We plan to keep the supply of loans at about the same volume as now. It is unlikely to grow in the near future, but it won't go down either. We had a few questions about the interest rates. They actually depend on combination as we are dealing on the market. Different factors, market conditions, business needs, and loan originators' performance, among others. And we monitor all these factors and regularly keeping the balance between investors, market, and business needs. Given the holding plans to focus on the current projects, we don't expect to onboard new creditors on the platform this year, as we are focusing on the profitable projects and scaling up the existing businesses. And even with new projects which are launched in the group, as we mentioned, Uzbekistan, for instance, it should take some time before they appear on the platform. How do you see Robocash in the context of peer-to-peer in the next 5 to 10 years timeframe? The 5 to 10 years timeframe is quite large, given the current market environments. But our main strategic goal is to become the best online lending company in each market of presence. So this will remain stable. The product set might change, the countries we might be exiting, like Natalia mentioned, Vietnam. But our main focus is to provide services for our customers, which will fit and suit them the best. So they will love us. They will get back to us when they need it, and we will be the biggest and the best online lending company in each market of presence. That's our North Star, I would say. Yeah, so that was the last question you left on the Google form. Let's see if we have any other questions in the chat. Yeah, seems there are no questions. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate for you being with us, investing in us. We'll keep in touch. Thank you.
Thanks again for being here. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and thank you again, Natalia, for being with us for 2 years. It was really a remarkable experience. All the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Thank you.
Yeah.